Unit 1, Fables and Folktales, Lesson, A Bottle of Dew, and today's part is Let's Read Part 2. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to read the story of A Bottle of Dew with proper pause, stress, and intonation, comprehend the text, identify the main events, and reflect on the story of A Bottle of Dew. Identify and understand the key vocabulary words like muttered, tended, chant, dew, plantation, etc. Before we begin, let's revisit what happened in the part 1. So, as you know, Ramnatha was the son of a rich landlord. He did not look after his land and believed in a magic potion that could turn things into gold. Similarly, many people cheated him, but he continued searching for the magic potion. And finally, he met a sage named Mahipati, and Mahipati told him that the potion could be made by collecting 5 liters of dew from banana leaves. This is what we have learned in the previous part 1. Now let's see. Right. So listen carefully. Ramnatha went home and after talking to his wife, started cleaning his large fields which had been lying empty all these years. There he planted rows and rows of banana plants. He tended them carefully and during the winter months collected the dew that formed on them with great care. Right, children? Now, read once again and discuss with your partners. And here is the new word for you, that is tended. That means to take care of or look after. So now, after listening to Mahipati's words, what Ramnatha did was he went home and he cleaned all his large fields and he planted many rows of banana plants and he has taken care of them and tried to collect the dew. Now, let's see how well you understood. What did Ramnatha do after returning home? He cleaned his large fields and planted rows of banana plants. Yes? How did Ramnatha take care of the banana plants? He tended them carefully and collected the dew from the leaves during winter. His wife helped him too. Madhumati gathered the banana crop, took it to the market, and got a good price for it. Over the years, Ramnatha planted more and more plants and they had a huge banana plantation. At the end of 6 years, he finally had his 5 liters of dew. Now, can you guess what he will do? Just think with your partner. Gathered is collected, and while Ramnatha was working, even his wife Madhumati also gathered the banana crop and she used to go to the market and sell them. So finally, after 5 years or 6 years, he had collected 5 liters of dew. What do you think he will do, children? Now let's check how well did you understand. What did Madhumati do with the banana crop? Madhumati took the bananas to the market and sold them for a good price. How long did it take Ramnatha to collect 5 liters of dew? How long, children? 5 or 6 years? Yes, it is. It took him 6 years to collect 5 liters of dew. Now let's see what happened after collecting the dew. What did Ramnatha do? Carefully, he took the bottle to the sage. The sage smiled and muttered something over the water. Then he returned the bottle and said, "Try it out." Ramanatha sprinkled a few drops on a copper vessel and waited for it to turn to gold. To his surprise, nothing happened. Muttered means to speak quietly and in a low voice, often expressing with irritation. Even you can say he was murmuring also, right? So what did he do? What did Ramanatha do? He took the bottle of the dew to the sage, and the sage simply smiled. And what did sage say? Oh, go and just try it out. So with lot of enthusiasm, Ramanatha sprinkled a few drops on a copper vessel. To his surprise, nothing happened. Okay. So now how might have Ramanatha felt? Now let's see. Let's check how well you understood. What happened when Ramanatha sprinkled the dew on a copper vessel? Did it turn into gold? No. Right? Nothing happened. And the vessel did not turn into gold. Now let's see what has happened. "This is cheating," he told the sage. "I have wasted 6 precious years of my life." But sage Mahipati only smiled and called Madhumati to come and forward. She came with a big box. When she opened it, inside shined stacks of gold coins. Right? Precious is something is most valuable, and stacks of gold coin means like piles and piles, right? So when he nothing happened, uh, Ramanatha felt very disappointed, frustrated, and he said, "This is cheating, and I almost all wasted 6 precious years of my life." But looking at his face, this sage simply smiled at him, and he called Madhumati. And Madhumati came with a big box. When she opened it, inside there are lot of gold coins. Now let's see what happened. Why was Ramanatha angry with the sage? Why, children? Can you guess? He thought the sage had cheated him and wasted 6 precious years of his life. What did Madhumati bring before Ramanatha? What did she bring, children? Yes, she brought a big box filled with shining gold coins. Now let's see what happened. Now the sage turned to the very surprised Ramanatha and said, "There is no magic potion that can turn things into gold. You worked hard on your land and created this plantation. While you looked after the trees, your wife sold the fruits in the market. That's how you got this money." Now see, children, how nicely the sage told about the magic potion, and now he could understand what made him to bring all this money. Okay, so let's see, discuss with your partner and just see how well you understood. And as you know, plantation is a large area of land where crops such as mangoes or bananas are grown. How did Ramanatha and Madhumati become wealthy? Is it because of magic? No. They became wealthy through Ramanatha's hard work in the plantation and Madhumati's sale of bananas. Why do you think sage Mahipati chose to teach Ramanatha through a trick instead of telling him the truth? So he know what kind of a man was Ramanatha. Sage used the trick because Ramanatha was deeply obsessed with getting rich by magic, so he would not have accepted a simple lecture about hard work. It was your hard work that created this wealth, not magic. If I had told you about this earlier, you would have not listened to me. So I played a trick on you. Ramnatha understood the wisdom behind these words and worked even harder on his plantation from that day on. So, hope you understood the story, children. So, wisdom means, see, wisdom is different and knowledge is different. The ability to make good judgments and decisions based on knowledge and experience, right? Finally, Ramnatha was convinced that there was no magic that could do anything greater things and only hard work. So he understood the wisdom behind all these words and even he tried to work harder, right? So now let's check. Why do you think Sage Mahipati chose to teach Ramnatha a trick instead of telling him the truth? We already discussed. Sage used the trick because Ramnatha was deeply obsessed with getting rich by magic, so he would not have understood. What lesson did Ramnatha learn at the end of the story? That's very important. He learned that hard work creates wealth, not magic. Well, children, now let's revisit the story once again. The story, A Bottle of Dew, shows that patience and hard work bring real success, not shortcuts or magic. Initially, Ramnatha believes in a magic potion, but the wise sage teaches him through a clever trick. Now, working on the banana plantation changes Ramnatha from a dreamer to a hardworking man with the help of his wife. They earn true wealth by selling bananas, learning that effort is more valuable than fantasy. In the end, Ramnatha understands that wisdom and perseverance lead to lasting prosperity. Right, children? Hope you understood the story. Now, let's do a small quiz. Hope you understood the story. And now, let's all do this wonderful activity. So, we'll see how well you understood this. So, you can read the story once again with your friends. Now, let's do this quiz. What did Ramnatha do after meeting Sage Mahipati? Cleaned his fields and planted banana trees, left the village, built a new house, or sold his land? Yes, he cleaned his fields and planted banana trees. Right. Who helped Ramnatha in his work? His friends, his neighbors, the villagers, or Madhumati? Yes, it's Madhumati. From where did Ramnatha collect the dew? From grass, from the river, from banana leaves, or from flowers? Yes, it is from banana leaves. Well done. In which season did Ramnatha collect the dew? Summer, winter, rainy season, or spring season? Just remember, yes, it's winter. How much dew did Sage Mahipati ask Ramnatha to collect? 1 liter, 2 liters, 5 liters, or 10 liters? Yes, exactly, Shamila, that's 5 liters. How long did Ramnatha take to collect 5 liters of dew? 3 years, 2 years, 6 years, or 4 years? Yes, that is 6 years. What did Madhumati do with the bananas? Sold them in the market, gave them to the sage, threw them away, stored them in the house. Yes, what did she do? She sold them in the market. What happened when the dew was sprinkled on a copper vessel? It became silver. It broke into pieces. Nothing had happened. It became gold. What happened, children? He thought that it will become gold, but nothing happened. What did Madhumati show Ramnatha at the end? A magic book, a bottle of dew, a silver pot, or a box of gold coins? Yes, a box of gold coins. What is the main message of a bottle of dew story? Luck is more important than hard work. Farming is easy. Hard work brings real work. Or magic can solve every problem. What, children? Hard work brings real wealth. So wonderful, children. So now here is a small task for you. Write the story A Bottle of Dew briefly. So that's all for today. Let's meet in the next class.